All right, so I want to begin this tutorial off by just giving you guys a basic overview of the post-secondary plan rationale and helping you to jump back into it. This is the document that you're going to be using to record and gather information for the schools that you are most interested in applying to during your senior year. So if you go into Google Classroom, you should see the post-secondary plan rationale, or PPR 2018, listed hopefully close towards the top of that page. What you're going to do is click it to open it up, and you should have a file that has your name in the front of it somewhere up here, letting you know that that is your file. I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing the career research section because I feel like most people have a good handle on that. But what I do want to get an overview of is this section right here, which is your post-secondary plan of research. So for this example, you can see it's Penn State University. They have the admissions website address that can easily be obtained from going to psu.edu and going to admissions. So I'll show you that real quick. So separate web tab, psu.edu. Excuse me. While that's loading up, I'm going to go back to our actual page, and I'll show you how to get that admissions web address in a second. You also can see that this person has their personal fit criteria, and then over here is pretty much the rationale or the explanation of why you think this school has this fit criteria. And at the bottom here, we have academic fit and financial fit. I'll do separate videos for each of those. But I want to get to the starting point of how do you even begin building your list? Like, what are these personal fit criteria, and how do you get to that point where you can start evaluating each school based off of these personal fit criteria? So this webpage is still loading up, so we can't go in there yet. But we'll talk about that probably in a future video as well, how to get this admissions website address. But for your personal fit criteria, this is going to be information about a school or things about a school that are like must-haves for you. So for example, some students really want to go to a small university or a large university, or a mixture of small and medium, or a mixture of medium and large. If that's you, that would be one of your personal fit criteria. Your major, for everybody, in my opinion, should be a part of your personal fit criteria. You should not be going to a university or a college or a school, tech or trade school, that does not offer the training for the career that you're actually going to be entering into. So that school should also offer your major. That would be personal fit criteria number 2. Here's a third one. For some students, they really want to go to a school that has a high amount of diversity. So whether that be 10, 20, or 30% diversity, they want to go to a school like that. I will tell you, in Pennsylvania, if you go above 20%, you're going to have less results for school options, and I'll show you what that looks like in the college search. Sports could be on your list. Whether or not that school has fraternities or sororities could be on your list. Graduation rate at a certain percentage or higher could be on your list. And same thing for retention rate, which basically means the number of school students who are coming back each year to attend that university. They're matriculating on from one year to the next. So any 3 of these things could be a part of your personal fit criteria that you would then add to this column. So for every school, if major in business, high retention, and large school population as examples, if that would be your personal fit criteria, for every school that you evaluate, you would plop those same things in, right, for each school. Now, to the right of that is where you're going to give information about whether or not that institution meets your criteria. A good portion of that is going to be able to come from Big Future directly, okay? You'll be able to use this page as a navigation to get to that information, but I'm also going to suggest that you go directly to the university's website. So for Penn State example, I would go to Penn State's website, all right? So we're basically filling out this information. I'm going to teach you right now, in the next couple of minutes, how to create a list of schools that at least start off saying that they demonstrate your personal fit criteria. And the criteria that I'm going to use for my sake is going to be major in business. So I'll highlight that real quick. Well, I'll put it in red, I guess. Diversity at 20%. And I'm going to say that I want a school that has fraternities and sororities, okay? So those are my 3 fit criteria, okay? Major in business, 20% fraternities and sororities. Now there's gonna be some other things that you see that I'm not really gonna talk about a lot, but you'll see it in the search option that there are options for you to create a list for. One of the things that you don't wanna do is over-filter. So I'm gonna go from this page to our actual Big Future website. And if you're at bigfuture.org, if you get to the home page, bigfuture.org, you should see a tab that looks similar to what you're getting ready to see from the home page. I just want to show you guys what it's going to look like from the start. So we're going to hover over Find Colleges. We're going to go down to College Search. And then from College Search, we're going to begin to put in our criteria. Now, some of the stuff that we're going to start off with, we didn't necessarily say was a part of our criteria, but it's just a given. So for example, type of school, if I'm a student that's looking at just 4-year colleges and I want to look at both public and private institutions, not for-profit though, because for-profit institutions are the ones that tend to cost a little bit more. They're more like businesses than they are educational institutions. And then let's say I'm also going to, I'm not making this a part of my criteria, but I just want to look at medium and large schools, okay? And I'm going to go to location, and I want to look at all universities in Pennsylvania for right now. You know, there's a lot of good reasons why you want to start with Pennsylvania schools. One, they're more affordable public universities, and then 2, that Pennsylvania state grant can help you to cover your cost of your education. So we'll come back to that in a second. So now I'm going to close to see results. So now I got 51 results without putting any of my personal fit criteria in. So now I want to narrow this list down a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I want to first go for that major in business. So I'm going to go up here to majors in learning environment, and I'm just going to type in business. And there's different aspects of business, but for this example, I'm just going to put business administration and management, very generic style of business in school. Okay, I'm also going to click on for sports and activities. Did I select sports as a criteria? No, I didn't. Diversity was next. So I'm going to go down to diversity, and I'm going to take this bar over to 20%. All right, so that's going to narrow my list down a bit more. And then I'm also looking for schools that offer fraternities and sororities. So I'm going to go down to sports and activities, and I'm going to click on Greek life. Fraternities and sororities are available. Okay. So now that narrows my list down to 17 schools. So this is a great way to build a list. What you can do from this point, if you want to, you can click on this option that says print results. It's not going to actually print it for you, but it'll give you your results in a very easy to see way. You can see your search criteria over here. You can literally copy this whole thing and dump it into your email if you want. Or you can take a picture of it on your phone, or you can do a screenshot, whatever you want to do to be able to save this list. Now, you're not going to add all 17 of these schools into your plan, but you're going to start to narrow down these schools and add them to your plan based off of your personal fit criteria. So I'm going to stop this video right here. This is how you do an initial search. This is how you gather your personal fit criteria. This is how you begin to see which schools you're going to choose from, okay? All right, next videos are going to show you how to do the subsequent sections, and I'll give a quick recap on the type of information that you want to put in those rationale boxes right over here to the right.